Hey, let me start with this question. In the news, BP is getting beaten up left and right. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of kicking BP in the teeth. It's almost like the advocating responsibility about the issue of offshore drilling. Now, they say there's a ban, it's about 125 miles off. Would you support somehow the 10th Amendment resolution, whatever, that would say we support offshore drilling, or should that be placed on hold due to what happened out in the Gulf?
Well, look, anytime man sticks a shovel into the ground in order to extract some sort of resource, there's a potential. I mean, you can't remove the risk. Okay, so to say that we're going to have some sort of energy policy that will never drop a bit of oil, it's going to happen, folks. This is a tragedy out there, and if it's because of negligence at BP, well then yes, I mean they should get kicked in the teeth. I mean, but here's the problem. It should be handled at the state level as close as possible, because Louisiana, Florida, we're the ones that will ultimately be affected by this. We should not suspend new search for oil and for energy, nor should this be a platform in order to introduce more government regulations and more government restrictions. What we need is more competition inside the energy field so that more firms will be incentivized to come in. When you have competition, you have increased quality and you have decreased prices to the end user or the consumer. What we need is more people coming in. We need to remove barriers to entry in order that there can be more competition and that we can resolve these energy problems that we're facing.
Go ahead.
I guess really the question should be, do you want to depend on foreign oil? Because that's really what the question should be, and I don't think we want to. If you look at statistically too, just how many disasters have happened other than the ship that Valdez, I mean, the oil companies had a good percentage of these, of not having these accidents and not having the issue. I disagree with anyone trying to use this politically or any other way. I've got to agree with Nick to add in their agenda for clean and different things that just bring the government back again into our pockets, trying to make businesses do things that really they don't need to, that they've already looked at. So no, I don't agree with going after BP and saying we shouldn't drill anymore. If BP is responsible for the company, yes, they need to pay for what they did. That's not a problem. We have regulations. Let's go after them. Should we stop and take a resource that this country needs? No, we should not.
Several months ago, I would say drill deep, drill wide, drill here, drill now, drill everywhere. Now I'm saying, don't pass an amendment against it. I think that's ludicrous. But what we need to do is we need to step back, we need to find out what happened, we need to fix it. We need double, triple redundancy. It may cost us more, but once we know what happened, we know how to avoid it, we know how to fix it. If it happens again, then we start drilling again. But let's correct the problem, and then let's drill.
Mr. Costa, let me start with you. If you had a question to ask one of your opponents, who would you ask it to and what would you ask?
I'm more interested in what they want to hear about it.
Mr. Champion, I'll go with you. Nathan's been banging the chomp to do this for the past hour. So I want you guys to change. If you had a question to ask of your opponents, or a statement, or a comment, who would it be addressed to and what would you say?
Well, I addressed one, and that was the Second Amendment question. Which we got the answer there. But you know, really, the only question that I would have is to Fred. You know, through your tenure as a mayor, you've enjoyed raising taxes to the point that you have. Even though you do say that Ormond is the lowest, second lowest in the county. That's true, but we could be the lowest in the county had you not raised certain taxes. You also believe, at least in my opinion, and I will stress that, in double taxing. And primarily, the county that you signed a contract with a county to fix the city of Ormond Beach. And the contract clearly states of Clyde Morris Boulevard that hereas the county of Ormond Beach agrees through cost sharing of the county's road work can be constructed now instead of fiscal year 2011-2012 as currently scheduled in the county's adopted road. Well, I got taxed as a city of Ormond, resident of Ormond for that road. I also got taxed as a county, which would have not cost the city anything, but it did cost the city $650,000 out of the fund at the time you signed this contract, another $100,000 for utility work, and then it's now over to $900,000 for a road that we never had to pay for because the county was gonna fix it. Why are we so quick to spend everybody else's money, I guess?
I am so glad you asked that. Thank you. I have voted for some tax increases because the people before me voted for some union contracts that were unsustainable. They voted for a 19% raise one year. They voted for things that you would not believe. I am the type guy where I have voted against union contracts and for the money to pay for them. I can give you names of politicians that vote for the union contract increases and against the money to pay for them. I won't tell you the word I talked about for those kind of politicians. I'm a public servant that does what's right for Ormond Beach. Our residents like our quality of life, as evidenced by the 73% response in the poll. Our residents are proud that our parks and our cultural amenities and our roads are outstanding. Vince, you didn't read the response because you know the answer to this because I've told you before. The county uses a 5-year work program. What that means is anything in the 6th or later year is outside the work program. It is not funded, it is outside the year. That's where that year came from. Clyde Morris Boulevard was outside of the funded program. There is not one project, not one project that was outside that funded 5-year program that has been completed without municipal cooperation. The county does not have the road money they used to have. They have stated they will not do any roads unless the city cooperates. Clyde Morris Boulevard was down for about $3 million. They told us if we came up with $650, they'd build it. Thank you.
Nathan, I want you to jump in on here. Grab that mic, we're connecting things. Who do you have a question with or in a comment to someone or asking a question of one of your opponents?
Well, what I really wanted to address, and I think I was able to, was the Second Amendment. Look, you can be a supporter of gun rights, but I'm sorry, don't say you're a supporter of the Second Amendment.
I absolutely support the Second Amendment.
When the Second Amendment says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, you cannot be a part of a group that infringes the right to keep and bear arms and then say that you support that amendment. That is a myth. I don't really have a specific question. I like the dialogue.